In the scriptures we read, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Jeremiah 29:11. This profound verse captures the heart of God's promise to us. It's a promise filled with prosperity, rich in hope, and abounding in a future that holds more than we can possibly imagine. But what does it mean? It means that God has a blueprint for each of our lives, a master plan designed with our best interests at heart. This divine promise is not a one-size-fits-all. It's tailored to you, to your journey, and to your purpose. However, it's important to note that these promises are not without conditions. They are meant for those who heed His word, follow His commandments, and walk the path He has laid before them. God's promises are not empty words. They are guarantees for those who walk in His ways. In today's world, we see God's promises being fulfilled in the lives of those who follow His commandments. Consider the story of James, a man who was once lost in the labyrinth of life's complexities. Life seemed to him a chaotic whirl of disappointments and unfulfilled dreams. Then he chose to follow God's commandments. His life took a turn, not because his circumstances changed overnight, but because he found purpose and direction. Today, James is a beacon of hope to those around him, a testament to the promise of God that guides us like a lamp unto our feet. Or take the example of Sarah, a woman whose life was shrouded in despair. The future looked bleak, and hope was a distant mirage. But when she decided to adhere to God's word, she found more than just solace. She found an unshakable hope and a future that was as bright as the promises of God. Today, Sarah is a living testimony to the promise that God gives a future and a hope to those who seek Him. And then there's Michael, a young man battling addiction. He was spiraling down a dark path, but the moment he chose to follow God's commandments, he found strength he didn't know he had. He found freedom from the chains that bound him. Today, Michael's life is a testament to the promise that God delivers and sets free those who call upon Him. These stories are not mere anecdotes. They are reflections of the promise that God is always with us, guiding us, providing for us, and loving us. They are the echoes of His word, resonating in the lives of countless individuals across the globe. These are not isolated instances, but a pattern we see again and again in the lives of those who choose to follow God's commandments. God's promises are not just words written in an ancient book. They are a living, breathing reality in the lives of those who choose to trust and obey Him. God's promises are not just for the people of the past or those in the stories we've shared. They are for you too. They are for those who choose to live by His teachings, who strive to align their lives with His commandments, who endeavor each day to walk in His divine light. Consider this, my friends. Do you see God's teachings reflected in your daily actions? Do you strive to live a life that mirrors His sacred word? Do you seek to walk in the path of righteousness, guided by His commandments? Remember, God's promises are not exclusive. They are a gift to all who choose to accept them, to all who choose to walk in His ways. His promises of prosperity, hope, and a future are not bound by time or place. They are eternal, just like His love for us. As you go about your day, consider this. Are you walking in the path of God's commandments? If you are, His promises of prosperity, hope, and a future are yours to claim. If not, perhaps it's time to adjust your course.